you shattering assholes, get your asses in line. It's Matt the Maggoty Rat. And I mean, it's good. It's nice to be back here on the spaceship lollipop, whatever the fuck this thing is. Listen, like and subscribe, will you? I don't want to do any more of those goddamn gold ads. It makes me feel like an asshole. Next thing you know, I'll be hawking VPNs and ways to scrub you. Yeah, fuck it. Scrub your history from the interwebs. You dirty bastard. Look, thank God, rats don't have browser search histories. I'm just saying. Because, believe me, I can squeeze my whole body through a hole the size of a quarter. It's filth. But, I just want to remind you, like and subscribe. And if you're on Twitch, for fuck's sake, subscribe. Shit. Alright, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Where the hell is the shitter in this place? I gotta try to move over here like this. Ow! 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 I got my tail caught again! God damn it. Matt, what? Just leave the people alone, will ya? Look, it's you and me on this ridiculous contraption. I'll do what I gotta do. Asshat. Son of a... Okay, sorry, alright, guys, sorry, I apologize. And scene. The music isn't stopping. Alright, I stopped it, okay. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's House Sparks Mega Worldwide. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. Do what the rat tells you. I'm just saying. I've been listening to rats, I guess, since all the way back on the Charlotte's Web cartoon. Yeah, I wept like a baby. So did you, you assholes. And by the way, hi chat room. Give me a weeping emoji if you cried like a baby at Charlotte's Web the cartoon. Do you remember that? Yeah? Yes, I did get to the gym. Thank you very much for asking. Hold on. Not quite there yet. Back. There you go. There you go. Look out. Look out. Here it comes. Yeah. So, yeah. Mostly average today. Just saying. Still working on my shoulder. Although I will say that I have my first, maybe middle of last week, first time to do like near my normal bench press without my left arm doing this business. That was very nice. That was really a nice corner to turn. I'm just saying. Never been emotional. People used to think I was mentally ill. Well, maybe you just show it in your own way. Or maybe you're mentally ill. I mean, that's okay too, I guess. You know, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum in that regard. Hi. A fair is a veritable smorgasbord, orgasbord. Good old Templeton. We love Templeton's a rat. Oui. Oh yes, we're all there. There you go. Hype train already. Hype train. We're actually getting some of our Twitch mojo back. I gotta start giving these Twitch assholes a run for their money too, because this is garbage. Like the people who are the political voices, besides our dear friends at Midas Touch and stuff, who mostly do replays. They don't do a lot of lives on there, if you know what I'm saying. Even though their stuff rolls as live, they're posting stuff. It's just fine. But they're not there while the show's running as much. I had to change shirts, so it was stinky bastard. So, I feel like, yeah, Paul Lind was Templeton the Rat. That's right. Very well remembered, member of chat. I saw that go by very fast. So I would like to say, you know, for the record, we got to start chipping away at the foundation of some of these other political hacks that are out there, because you can tell lately that I'm like up to here with spackling the fucking holes that they made in the foundation of the Democratic Party and the liberal establishment and everybody who's been trying to, like, you know, accomplish goals like we have for fucking decades. And they're like, I don't know, not fast enough, fuck it. And, you know, maybe I'll just vote for the other guy. You know what I mean? What's the difference? That shit. So obviously that's been high on my list of pet peeves currently. I do have a pet peeve, by the way, or whatever. I just don't know what to feed it. I'm always worried that it will starve. And yet it always finds something to feed itself, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, I don't even know if I'm going to do this first clip. CSL. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to do it. I don't even know if I can't. Maybe I'm not. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's my show. It's my prerogative. What am I going to do? So this is just fucking look at this and I'll show you what I mean. Jesus Christ. Yeah. The title of this, not just murder mysteries in Christianity, whatever the fuck, and a big knife and whatever. Read that fucking line. I'll be over here. I'm just gonna hang out over here. Read that fucking line. That one right there. If some of you are too far away or your device is small, I'll tell you what it says. It says, what Christian movies can learn from serial killer films. Oh, what Glenn Beck will not do to avoid talking about the Epstein files. Because that's all this is. And by the way, also the tariffs and Hegseth. You imagine like the fucking meetings that they're having to have at the Blaze these days, where they're just like, oh shit, what can we talk about that isn't tariffs, national security, and measles? Because he's in Texas, measles and Epstein, back, right? Like that's all their meetings. What a fuckhead! I gotta know now. I mean, I was even gonna do this one, but I gotta know. Do you want to know?
Andrew Klavan, host of the Andrew Klavan
of the Clavens and the New Jersey Blaves and the Clavens. Oh, it's Frontier Hoedown Glenn Beck, if you're keeping track of the action figures.
Program, the Andrew Klavan Show. How are you, sir?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a minute.
I don't think I've seen you out of your element. I don't think ever.
Yes, I've been here many times to this.
Have
studio.
you?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're memorable every single one.
He's at a radio station someplace else. He's not at his regular studio, by the way, because that Darth Vader, R2-D2, and C-3PO is decoration the station put out for May the 4th. I guarantee it.
Get this reaction a lot. Who are you again?
No, I just love you. I just love you. And I got to tell you.
I love you so much. You know, I can't remember the last time I saw you here, at the station or whatever. Oh, I was just here. Okay.
Compliment I can give you is your son is remarkable.
He's a remarkable
and,
guy. He is.
That's the best compliment you can give him? I guess. Okay, sure.
Somebody will say that about my children.
Klavan
to me,
2.0.
Yeah, really remarkable. You and your wife are amazing parents.
Oh, well, thank you.
So tell me about the Kingdom of Cain and talk down to me.
Kingdom of Cain. He's selling a movie. Okay.
Actually, it's a really simple book and very entertaining because it's about the movies that we all love, like the Silence of the Lambs.
Wait. Yeah. He says this. Let me read this to you, Stu, and see if you understand.
Oh, this is a book that the dude wrote. The Daily Wire's Andrew Klavan tells Glenn, while Christian films tend to have good messages, they don't often touch on the dark realities of the fallen world we live in. They're boring. They're Hallmark, kid. They got no oomph. They got no gumption. They got no fire. Fire. I got no fire. I got no fire. I got no fire. I got no fire.
This is
sure.
The Kingdom of Cain looks at
my man.
Murders in history, including the first murder, Cain's killing of his brother Abel, and at the art created from imaginative engagement from those horrific events by artists ranging from Dostoevsky to Hitchcock, to make beauty out of the world as it is, shot through with evil and injustice and suffering. It is the task not just of the artist, but Klavan argues of every life.
Okay, hold on real quick. Can I just remind everybody that dude that Trump likes, General Raisin Cain, the raisin joke about just the formerly great grape made worthless by drying it for some reason. Let's take a fruit that we all enjoy and take all the water out of it, because who wants water in their fruit? The Raisin Cain kind of thing comes from, a colloquialism about like raising hell, raising Cain. Like raising Abel would be the lovely thing to do. We're going to bring him back to life, kind of like Lazarus, and he was the good son. But raising Cain means you're going to raise hell, means you're going to be violent, means you're going to be, I don't know, bagged out on redneck Pervitin and firing guns into the local constabulary.
lived. Examining how the transformation occurs in art grants us a vision on how it can happen in our lives. What's this book about?
I don't know what you're missing, Glenn. That was perfect.
I tell you, I'm a crime writer, right? I write mystery and suspense. I get this letter all the time, constantly. It says, you call yourself a Christian, that part is true, and yet you write about horrific things. You write about murder, you write about, prostitutes and gangsters and all this stuff.
Right. Yeah, that, by the way, that's a tried and true method for road preachers, too. All of them are like, I'm here to teach the good word of Jesus. But in a moment, because I'd like to first tell you about how I was once down with the demon alcohol, snorting on the devil's dandruff, laying down with ladies of the night in dens of iniquity that often had a motel sign missing a letter or two, making an untoward statement to passers-by, knowing that this was the place that they could pull over to feed on their hedonistic, heathen desires. And as I realized that I needed to find the Lord when I'd rubbed my groin up against one too many lot lizards and come away with a rash that I just could not kick without a blowtorch and some antibiotics. Lord, I pray that you'd lift me up, make me whole, make me a messenger in about 6 weeks, because I'm about to meet this little honey down in Memphis, and God damn.
Do that. And the reason is very simple. I believe that God is
Sorry, I feel like that in and of itself, someone should clip that. I'm just
fact of reality. And I believe that any artist who speaks truthfully about reality will speak about God. And so what I did was I took 3 murders.
Yes, what I do is I act as sort of like the devil's stenographer in a way, because you can't really teach about God without, if you're talking about the devil, since God made the devil, therefore, Jesus.
Very famous murders. And I showed how they inspired works of art over and over and over again. They were, not just one work of art, but they kept coming back, and those works of art inspired.
Oh, yeah. No. I know exactly what he's talking about. Hang on. Oh, no. This is good. Let's see. I'm going to need another page. Give me 1 second, chat room. Let's see. There's a great example of atrocities inspiring art. Let's see if images. Here we go. Yeah, see if I can pull this book up. Yeah, there you go. The Nazis or Stalin's murder of people, that kind of stuff. That will often inspire people artistically. Oftentimes, I don't know if you know this, but mass murder on a huge scale often is very, very inspiring. To shitheels with no imagination. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say. To completely gross, redundant, self-involved hacks who secretly want to dress like this all the time. Right, yes. Point taken and given. But,
works of art, and how those works of art actually speak about something that happens to a society when it begins to lose its faith, as our society has.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you've all heard about this new thing. There's this new thing out there. It's called murder. Yeah, people have just started doing this murder thing, and it's been around, it happened occasionally, In the Bible, there was that one case, followed by several million cases. But I was just saying, I don't know if you, I saw on the news, the other day, there's having these murders. People are killing people now. And I have to tell you, I blame, a lot of people say video games, okay? A lot of people say, boxing on TV, men fighting each other, sweaty, in shorts, punching each other in the face. It mixes your hormones and your baser instinct, and then pow, So a lot of people, I will say, it's from I'll tell you when the fall of man happened, and Lord, hear me and help us to remedy this. It's when chewing gum went from sticks to cubes. That's when I think it was. That's how I knew. I was like, Lord, these are the end times. Take me now. 1982, somebody reached over and handed me a piece of Bubblicious, and I was like, what is this lumpy? fruity thing. And I was like, no wonder our kids are getting all gay. Sorry. I'm sorry. These guys are such assholes. And here's the point. Okay. I don't need to do any more of this because this is stupid. But the gist of this whole thing is that he thinks you need to talk about this stuff to make it bubble yum. Oh boy. You have to talk about this stuff to make the story of church interesting and fascinating. Otherwise, people aren't interested in this whole God bullshit anymore. They're not interested in like faith and turning the other cheek. What's this? When do you teach that? Pride Week? What the fuck? Right? If that's their attitude, like we need some good old blood and guts. That'll excite people, get them back to church. Right? That's the argument here. And yet, boring as fuck. Jesus Christ. This clip is. I was promised excitement and murders. I was promised murder and excitement, and the whole clip is as dry as Ben Shapiro's wife's vagina. This is like painful. That said, like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. Oh no, he didn't. Oh yeah, he did. Now. I should, okay, right out of the gate here, I'm going to have to give everybody a warning. By the way, sorry, I'm waiting for the chat to catch up with what I just said. Takes me a while. Good stuff. Thanks, CSL. Sometimes the staff chat saves me. I'm so glad you guys can't see it most of the time. It's nice to have one part of my life private. All right, no, I'm kidding. Anyways, oh yes, favorite bubblegum while you're at it. Since I threw that into that into that mix, I'm seeing a lot of Hubba Bubba, which I think was a great play on words. Words obviously coming from Hubba Hubba, which is what a joke that men would have when a woman was hot. That the analogy, or that they were, or the I don't know if it's technically an analogy, but the reference that they were making was that when like hamina, when that means that's a joke about like, wow, she's so hot, hubba hubba. That means when you try to talk to her, you'll be like hubba 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 hubba. That's where that comes from, right? Hubba hubba, and then hubba bubba is just I don't know. You'll hub your bubbles. Juicy fruit. I mean, sure. Bazooka Joe, I love a good, dry, powdery piece of over-the-hill Bazooka Joe. The kind that, if you have to go to the doctor, you're like, I'm going to have to take out one of these old fillings and replace it with a new one. You're like, don't worry about it, doc. I've got a piece of Bazooka Joe bubblegum, and if that doesn't work, on a backup, I've got a now and later that's been in my desk for a year. If one bite on that thing, it'll just suck the fucker right out. Great bazooka, you heathen. Yeah, Big League Chew. I loved when Big League Chew came out. My dad chewed tobacco when I was a kid all the time. And I've told you guys the famous story of his buddy who thought that coffee cup was full of coffee and not spit. And that was a fun one. But the Bazooka Joe had comics in it. I don't know why that goes away. I'm not usually I'm big on regulations. You guys know this. You guys know I think the government does need to intervene sometimes because there are just bigger things at play and people just aren't expecting them. That's why it's like libertarians are like, you don't have to grade restaurants. If people get sick there, people will find out. Like, yeah, except the dead people. Like, why should we wait until people are dead, dummy? But that's how they feel about, there's some expendable people out there, and these would be the people that eat there first. Like, I'm not eating there unless I can see that nobody's died in a month. Well, it might just be your fucking turn, dummy. But I will say that Cracker Jacks used to have a real prize in them, but apparently these assholes, a couple of those assholes choked to death. So they had to it had to be like, it became like don't get me wrong, I love a good temporary tattoo, but they'd have to wrap them in paper and it'd have to be, attached to that. Like, they took all the physical shit out of there because people would just down the fucking box of Cracker Jacks without looking in the fucking thing. It's got a warning. It says there's a prize inside. Don't swallow the prize, dummy. Yeah, what's the squirty stuff? That would be, let me see if I can find, like, see if I can find the attitude of the, there was, Freshen Up squirt gum. Remember Freshen Up? Hold on, I'll see if I can find a picture. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, there it is. Stupid. Okay. This is, you guys remember this. Where are you? There you go. Freshen Up. Remember that? Yeah. It was basically gum with a booby trap. I always felt it was odd, anybody who, nothing wrong with liking that gum, but it was a little weird to say you love that gum. You know what I mean? I just love how the liquid bursts in my mouth. You're like, yeah, what? It's because it's refreshing. It is? Really? Why don't you just have a drink of something, and you weirdo? No, I just like that, like, burst of oozy goo in my mouth. Oh, all right. Well, sure. Hey, got a date for prom yet? Right. So, all right. So now, it is very weird. Chewels. Wow. That's regional. Chiclets. Jesus Christ. Stuff like, I have a theory that, like, there's these, in LA, you can get these Mexican lollipops. They're round. They're very good as lollipops go, you know? But the wrapper is on so fucking tight, and when you peel it off, you're always like picking away parts of the wrapper because it won't come all the way off. You know what I'm talking about? And I swear to God, like every time I'm doing that, I just picture there's this like factory in Mexico and everybody's working their ass off and it's hot and nobody gives a shit. And there's just some dude at the wrapping stand going, I'm like, so yeah, I don't eat those anymore. Not big on, I try to I keep my sugar intake down anyways, but especially in that situation.